Welcome to the deep dive. We're digging into some truly amazing insights today, trying to turn them into practical wisdom for your life.
Yeah, getting right into it.
We're basically embarking on this journey into timeless lessons for living a more meaningful, peaceful, and, impactful existence.
Hmm.
Our source material for this deep dive is a fantastic resource, 30 Timeless Life Lessons, Principles to Live Once and Benefit Forever by Audiobooks for Success.
It's a great title.
It really is. It distills centuries of wisdom and human experience into incredibly actionable guidance.
Right.
So our mission today is to pull out some of the most potent insights, the practical compass points, you could say, to help you navigate life's journey.
Like a shortcut.
Exactly. Think of this as your shortcut to being well-informed on enduring life principles without, having to wade through countless texts yourself.
And that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
The book emphasizes that these aren't just quick tips. They're not fleeting. They're profound truths designed to be embraced once, understood deeply, and then, well, allowed to guide you for a lifetime.
Right.
The core idea is you don't need to keep learning the same truth over and over again. Once it truly sinks in,
Yeah.
it has the power to transform.
Okay, so let's unpack this then. The book kicks off saying the greatest journey is always inward.
Foundational.
And it immediately brings us to the bedrock, mastering the art of self-awareness. It uses this powerful image, being the captain of your ship and not just a passenger.
Yeah, not just drifting.
When you read that, what immediately struck you as the key takeaway here for our listeners?
Well, what's fascinating is how foundational it is, but also how many people sort of actively avoid it.
That's true.
The book pushes us to ask those really hard questions. Who am I, really? Why do I react the way I do? What actually matters to me, beyond what others expect?
And those can be uncomfortable questions.
Extremely. But the book argues quite powerfully, I think, that confronting these truths is what ultimately liberates us.
That idea of life being a mirror is fascinating. It forces us to confront not just what's happening to us, but what our own internal landscape is reflecting back.
Right.
So for someone feeling stuck, maybe in a pattern of, say, toxic relationships, what does the source suggest is the most crucial first step in using that mirror effectively? How do we get past just seeing the problem?
That's where the practical tools come in, thankfully. The book suggests daily, uncensored journaling, just writing without filters to see your own patterns emerge.
Like a data dump for the mind.
Kind of, yeah. And it also advocates meditation, quieting the noise to actually hear your inner voice, and seeking honest conversations with trusted people. Those friends who can be mirrors for your blind spots.
Okay.
The ultimate benefit: clearer decisions, living more authentically, and spending way less time pretending.
So a concrete action step.
Yeah. Commit to maybe 10 minutes daily of reflection. Just ask yourself, why did I act or feel the way I did today? Over time, those powerful patterns, they really do emerge.
Okay, so once we start getting a handle on self-awareness, the book says the next step is learning to manage what we find inside, especially our emotions.
Yes.
It talks about emotions like powerful passengers in a car. You definitely don't want them grabbing the wheel.
No, definitely not. Emotional intelligence, then, is about staying in control, staying in the driver's seat.
Right.
It's about not letting your immediate feelings dictate your actions. The story about Socrates' calm response to an insult really stands out.
Which one was that?
He basically said, "You're not insulting me, but the mask you've mistaken for me." He didn't let anger take over.
Wow.
That level of inner control keeps you peaceful, focused, even when things get challenging.
That's profound. But I wonder, does the book talk about how we avoid getting stuck in that reflection, especially if it's showing us something, uncomfortable? How do you tell genuine self-reflection from just beating yourself up?
That's a great point. It emphasizes the goal isn't self-criticism, it's self-understanding, and ultimately self-compassion. The key is in the tools it suggests, like we said. Journaling gives you distance, meditation helps you observe without judgment, and honest friends offer perspective. It's about building a clearer picture, not tearing yourself down.
Got it.
So for action, beyond just pausing for 10 seconds before reacting, the book suggests maybe journaling your emotions regularly and finding healthy outlets, exercise, meditation, talking it through.
That makes sense. And it brings us to another really crucial principle, guarding your mind like treasure. The book frames your mind as the control room. Everything starts with a thought, right? Success or failure.
Absolutely. And this highlights the vital importance of what it calls your mental diet.
Okay.
Just like you choose what food you eat, you need to consciously feed your mind with learning, wisdom, inspiration, and actively distance yourself from gossip, fear, Negativity.
The farmer pulling weeds analogy.
Exactly, it's spot on. A farmer doesn't just weed once. It's constant, vigilant work. The book really underlines that our mental diet isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily, conscious effort. Feed what helps you grow, starve what doesn't.
What specific weeds does it warn us about today? Feels like modern life throws a lot at us.
Oh, definitely. It cautions against, endless scrolling, letting others' negativity seep in, getting caught in cycles of worry or comparison.
All too easy to do.
It is. So, for an action step, maybe audit your daily mental inputs, social media, conversations, music shows, and consciously try to replace just one negative input with a positive one each day. Small, consistent shifts.
These inner shifts really are foundational, aren't they?
Completely.
And it's fascinating how the book then shows us how these personal changes empower us to take tangible control of our external lives. Which brings us to a crucial principle, highlighted a few times, taking radical responsibility.
Yes, this is a big one.
The book positions this as the birthplace of freedom, basically demanding we stop blaming others.
It's incredibly direct about it. It says what defines you isn't what happens to you, but how you respond.
Right.
Think of two people losing their jobs. One blames the economy, the boss, whatever. The other sees it as a chance to learn new skills, pivot, find something new.
And their paths diverge.
Completely. The book suggests 10 years later, their lives look totally different, all stemming from that initial response.
That makes me think of the locus of control concept in psychology. The book really pushes for an internal locus, doesn't it?
Exactly. It taps into where you believe your power lies. The book reminds us that having an internal locus of control isn't about blaming yourself for everything bad that happens.
No.
It's about reclaiming your agency, shifting from why me to, okay, what can I do about this right now? That subtle shift is incredibly liberating.
So an action step for that.
Identify maybe 3 areas you often complain about. For each, honestly ask, what part of this do I actually control, and what's one thing I can do differently starting today?
Powerful. Following right on the heels of responsibility is a principle the book revisits again and again. Discipline beats motivation.
Yes. Discipline is the bridge.
The bridge between where you are and where you want to be.
It's stark. Dreams without discipline, the book argues, just die in the comfort zone. Success isn't built on those fleeting bursts of motivation we all get sometimes.
No, it's the grind.
It's the consistency. That farmer analogy again. Planting, watering, weeding daily, regardless of how they feel.
Yeah.
The book makes a compelling case that discipline actually is freedom. It's how you control your time, your health, your future. Think of a disciplined eater versus an indulgent one who has more real freedom in their health long term.
Good point. You see it with athletes up at 4 a.m., writers hitting their word count even when they don't feel inspired.
Right. Motivation's the spark. Discipline is the firewood that keeps the whole thing going.
So for action.
Pick one area lacking consistency. Just one. Commit to one small daily action in that area for, say, 30 days. Track your progress. Or even simpler, start with a tiny non-negotiable habit and just track your consistency, build momentum.
This naturally leads us to another pair of connected principles. Choose growth over comfort and also embrace failure as feedback.
Yes, they go hand in hand. The book argues that comfort zones, while feeling safe, are often disguised prisons.
Ooh, strong wording.
It is. True growth, it says, happens in discomfort when you stretch yourself into uncertainty.
Like the seed analogy, needing to crack open and push through the dirt.
Precisely. And it reframes pain in this context not as something bad, but as the birthplace of progress. Embracing discomfort builds strength, wisdom, resilience.
But how does that connect with failure? Because many people see discomfort as the feeling right before they fail.
And that's the key insight. The book insists failure isn't the opposite of success, it's an indispensable part of it. It's simply feedback. Data showing you what didn't work this time. Like Edison finding 10,000 ways that won't work for the light bulb.
Right, he didn't see them as failures.
No, he saw them as steps. Failure refines your strategy, builds resilience, offers wisdom. The book urges us. Treat failure as a teacher, not an enemy or a prison sentence.
Like a child learning to walk, they fall constantly.
Exactly. It's not failing to walk, it's learning to walk. Part of the process.
Okay, so an action step combining these two.
Identify one area where you're playing it safe. Just one. Commit to one slightly uncomfortable step this week. Speak up. Start that project, wake up earlier, whatever it is. And for past failures, instead of dwelling, maybe write out the specific lessons learned and how it made you stronger. And crucially, the book emphasizes, stop attaching failure to your identity. Discomfort isn't danger, It's growth in disguise.
Right. Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. How these inner shifts then translate into managing our external world, our time, our
Yes,
relationships.
at the outward expression.
The book starts by stressing something we often overlook. Guard your time like treasure.
So simple, yet so profound.
It really is. Time is life's most valuable currency. Unlike money, you can't earn more once it's spent. Gone is gone.
Mm-hmm.
The book really drives home that every yes to something unimportant is an automatic no to something potentially meaningful. It pushes us to think about what our current spending habits are actually costing us.
Exactly. It warns against mindlessly wasting hours on scrolling, unproductive gossip, procrastination. It's about being incredibly intentional. Where are you investing your energy?
Which links directly to the next idea, protecting your energy. The book actually says not everyone deserves access to you.
That's a powerful statement, isn't it?
Hmm.
Makes you really pause and think about your energy as a valuable asset, like currency.
Totally. So what does the book suggest we do to identify those energy drains versus the things that fuel us?
It encourages a clear audit. What drains you? Arguments, toxic relationships, too much social media, worrying, versus what fuels you? Exercise, laughter, nature, solitude.
We probably know instinctively, but don't always act on it.
Exactly. And it highlights that energy is contagious. So auditing your relationships is crucial. The book contrasts spending an evening with a chronic complainer versus someone inspiring and positive. The difference in how you feel after is traumatic.
Yeah, you feel it immediately.
Yeah. So for action, list maybe 3 energy drainers and actively work to limit or eliminate them. Then, list 3 fuelers and consciously schedule them into your week. Make time for them.
This leads naturally to surrounding yourself with the right people, which the book brings up quite early. That old saying, show me your friends.
I'll show you your future. The book is unequivocal on this. The people you spend the most time with shape your thoughts, habits, even your opportunities.
There's a big deal.
Huge. Life, it says, is just too short for a toxic company. Encouraging friends can unlock potential you didn't even realize you had. It broadens networking beyond just business contacts to cultivating that inner circle of inspirers, challengers, supporters.
And hand in hand with choosing your circle is a lesson that might seem counterintuitive. Being comfortable with being misunderstood.
Ah, yes. This one's key for anyone trying to achieve something significant.
Because when you're growing, pursuing something meaningful, you're bound to hit resistance, right?
Absolutely. This is the price of greatness, the book argues. Not everyone will get your journey, and certainly not everyone will applaud you. People often criticize what they don't understand.
You think of inventors, leaders.
Exactly. The Wright brothers, entrepreneurs leaving safe jobs for a vision. The liberation, the book says, comes when you free yourself from needing that external approval.
Right.
That energy, previously spent explaining or justifying, can now go directly into making progress.
So the action step there?
Stop over-explaining your dreams.
Yeah.
Just live them. Learn to sit with the discomfort when people mock or question, and consciously seek out that small supportive circle who do get it.
Okay, so if we connect this all to the bigger picture, it's really about how these lessons weave together to create a life of lasting impact, right?
Yeah.
True fulfillment.
Exactly. And the book really drives home the idea of investing in your future self. This covers everything from finances to physical well-being. It starts with practicing delayed gratification.
Which feels so countercultural right now.
It really is. Such a powerful counter-narrative to our instant gratification world. The book makes it clear. Meaningful rewards, the really good stuff, come from patience, discipline, consistency.
The seed analogy again.
Yes. You trust the process. You don't dig it up daily to check on it. Think about the vitality from consistent exercise and healthy eating, or the wealth built by entrepreneurs reinvesting profits. It's about consciously choosing not to sabotage your future for quick, fleeting pleasures.
Okay, action step.
Identify one long-term vision, break it down into small daily habits, and when tempted by instant gratification, pause and ask, will this move me closer to or further from my goals? Simple check-in.
And this flows directly into how we view money. The book says it's a tool, not a master.
Money, it argues, is neutral, like fire, powerful tool in wise hands, destructive in careless ones. The real danger comes when you make money your master, chasing it endlessly, sacrificing health or relationships, or measuring your self-worth by it. That's the trap.
So true financial wisdom is
Controlling your money, not letting it control you. It doesn't make you good or bad. It just amplifies who you already are. Kindness or greed, generosity or selfishness.
Okay, so a practical step.
Define financial freedom for yourself beyond just having more. Maybe you live below your means, save and invest regularly, spend on things that genuinely add value and enrich your life, not just stuff.
Good advice. And ultimately, the book brings us to that profound truth. Health is the real wealth. Take care of your body, it's your first home.
It's stark, isn't it?
Yeah.
But true. Without health, all other achievements eventually lose their meaning.
Yeah.
The book sadly points out how many people chase success at the cost of their body, then spend their wealth desperately trying to fix what they broke, often when it's too late.
It's a tragic irony.
It is. True success, it argues, includes having the energy and vitality to actually enjoy life, to laugh, move freely, pursue passions. Imagine that wealthy entrepreneur, bedridden by a preventable illness. The money can't buy a new body.
Powerful image. So action here is pretty clear.
Make daily movement non-negotiable, even just a 20-minute walk. Prioritize sleep, hydration, balanced meals, and crucially, schedule regular checkups. Prevention is key.
Okay, so connecting this all to the bigger picture, how these lessons weave together for a life of impact and meaning. One powerful thread is practicing gratitude daily.
Yes, such a simple habit, but profoundly transformative.
It really is. It shifts your focus instantly from what's missing to what's already there, from scarcity to abundance.
And the book asserts that gratitude actually precedes joy. You don't wait for success to be grateful. Gratitude helps bring the positive feeling.
Right.
The benefits are huge. Less stress, deeper relationships, greater life satisfaction. It's well documented.
That action's
Super simple. Start or end your day writing down maybe 3 things you're genuinely grateful for. Small things count. And express gratitude to others more often. Even in tough times, try asking, what's the hidden blessing or lesson here?
And speaking of relationships, the book makes a critical distinction. Relationships are investments, not transactions.
Yes, it's not about what can I get. It's about what do I consistently invest.
Like a bank account analogy.
Exactly. You have to
Yeah.
deposit kindness, forgiveness, patience, effort. You can't just make withdrawals. The book contrasts someone who uses people versus someone who genuinely helps and supports. The long-term difference in their connections is huge.
Makes sense. Practical step.
Each week, maybe do something kind for someone without expecting anything back. Focus on building relationships based on authenticity and mutual respect. Give first.
This brings us toward the end with a pair of principles for navigating the long haul. Learning to adapt flexibility is survival and survival. Practicing patience. Great things take time.
Life is fundamentally unpredictable, right? The book argues that thriving isn't about being the strongest or smartest, but the most flexible, adaptable.
The bamboo versus the oak.
Precisely. The bamboo bends, the rigid oak snaps. Adaptability means being open to learning new skills, shifting your perspective, embracing new paths when old ones close.
And then patience, which, as we said, feels revolutionary today.
It really does. The book underscores that anything truly meaningful takes time. Impatience kills more dreams than failure ever could.
Wow, say that again?
Impatience kills dreams faster than failure. The farmer doesn't plant seeds and expect a harvest tomorrow. They trust the process. Patience allows for that endurance, the consistency we talked about. Think of Edison, Mandela the long view.
Okay, action steps for both adaptability and patience.
When facing a challenge, shift from why me to what can I learn? Cultivate that growth mindset. Practice letting go of what you can't control. For patience, break big goals into smaller milestones. Remind yourself quick fixes rarely last. And just pause, breathe when frustration hits.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, the book leaves us with 2 beautiful fundamental principles. Be kind, compassion is never wasted, and ultimately leave a legacy live for something greater than yourself.
Kindness. The book insists is an underestimated power. It genuinely opens more doors than cruelty ever will.
It really does.
A kind word can heal. A small gesture restores hope. And it often comes back to you when you least expect it. Importantly, though, kindness isn't being a doormat.
No.
It means respect, patience, empathy for others, and for yourself. So practice micro-kindness. A smile, a thank you, holding a door, listen without judgment. Be kind inwardly, too.
And finally, legacy. True fulfillment, the book says, comes from impact, not just stuff.
It's about planting seeds that grow after you're gone.
Yeah.
This isn't always grand gestures. Raising kids with values, mentoring someone, creating something helpful, spreading love.
Yeah.
The profound question it asks is, what stories will people tell about you?
Ooh, action step for that.
Identify your core values and consciously live by them daily. Invest time in people. Maybe ask yourself regularly, What small act can I do today that might outlive me?
So, what does this all mean? We've explored some incredibly powerful lessons here, but like you said, the real power isn't just knowing them.
It's living them, exactly. Transformation isn't a one-time event. It's a daily, consistent choice.
Right.
The difference between just reading about these things and actually changing your life is action. The book gives a brilliant final action step. Choose one lesson today, just one. Apply it fully for 7 days, see what happens, then add another.
Just one. Imagine what your life could look like in a year if you committed to living just a few of these principles consistently, really integrated them.
It's profound. These lessons are like a compass. They won't remove every obstacle, that's not the point, but they absolutely give you the strength and wisdom to navigate challenges with more purpose, more resilience.
Your life is your story. Make it one worth reading. What's the first sentence you'll write today?